Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is the monthly reading for the month of February 2021. I'm sorry, I know I'm a few days late on this, but I want to go ahead and get these out so that I can start working on the love reading for the middle of February. So be looking out for those, and I'm going to try to do something a little bit different, a little bit special with those for the Valentine month. But this, this general reading, it really depends, obviously as a general reading, the messages may or may not resonate with you. And sometimes the messages that come through are more heavily weighted towards, career or finance. It really depends. So, if you wanted a personal reading, you would need to reach out and get a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. I'd also invite you to join up with me on TikTok if you're on there. I'm at Changing Phases Tarot. And just a big thank you to each and every one of you, subscribers, people who just found me today. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. I really, really do appreciate it. And it means a lot to me. So I will stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in a second for the reading. Hi Sagittarius, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. I've been shuffling off camera, but I will give the deck a few more shuffles here. So what are the messages for Sagittarius for the month of February? What does Sagittarius need to know? Messages for Sagittarius for the month of February. Messages for Sagittarius for the month of February. Okay, at the center of your spread you have the Four of Swords. Crossing the Four of Swords, what could help or hinder? You have the Knight of Swords. Deep past, you have the Ten of Wands. Recent past, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Crowning you, you have the Nine of Wands. Near future, you have the Three of Swords. Do not worry, we will clarify. You appear as the Four of Cups. The surrounding energies, right? How others are viewing you or in your environment, you have Major Arcana, the Star. Hopes and fears, you have Major Arcana number 5, the Hierophant. And outbound energy, beautiful, Two of Cups. So soulmate energy. And bottom of the deck, you have Page of Wands with the Ace of Swords and Three of Pentacles. So Page of Wands. Fire energy, obviously, right? You are a fire sign, Sagittarius. I usually view pages more as messengers as opposed to people. Could be a person. So if it is a person, it would be a younger fire sign, some more immature, younger energy. Could even be a child of yours. But Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. And it's a very exciting energy. It's a very creative energy. This is somebody who, has a lot of great ideas, very good at thinking outside of the box. So if there's something that needs to be figured out, a new project, need to figure out a new way of doing something, this is great energy to have. Can also be news about a new job. Could be news of, or it could be new sort of relationship. So like news, so going out on a date or being, getting news that you're going to go out on a date. But could also be like new job offer, new project, new business venture. Yeah, I'm just looking over. Let me go ahead and clarify this Three of Swords before we get started. The Spirit, please clarify, what is this Three of Swords for Sagittarius? Please clarify the Three of Swords. What is the Three of Swords that we're reading for Sagittarius? Okay, we have 2 flip over. Please clarify the Three of Swords. What is the Three of Swords for Sagittarius? Okay. So you have, to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, Prince of Discs would be like the Knight of Pentacles, and the Star card. So yeah, I mean, I said, don't worry, we'll clarify. And we have the Ace of Cups or the Two of Cups. Okay, I'm going to leave these here. And when I get over to this side of the spread, I will go through that. Okay, so at the center of the reading, you have the Four of Swords, which is a card of healing, right? And you can actually see this heart, right? This Three of Swords, she's used it to make her nest, which means that she's obviously made it through this. It wasn't easy. She's now resting, right? And she's trying to recover, but she got through it, right? And she's now using that experience of what happened to build this new home for herself, to build, you know, a new life, to build this new safe place for her, this safe haven. And it can be, you know, healing mentally, healing physically, healing emotionally. The Four of Swords, obviously swords has to do with, you know, it's air energy, so it has to do with the mind, it has to do with the intellect. It's also communication, but this can be, you know, a card of resting, could be recovering from a surgery, could be just, you know, taking this time out, retreating to recover. And what can help or hinder is this Knight of Swords, which, you know, could be a person. If so, this would typically be more of a middle-aged air sign individual. So Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And, you know, this is very fast paced. You can see that he's like kicking up the dust here. He's running fast. He's going to jump on the motorbike, speed off. So this is news coming in quite quickly. So what could help with the healing is news coming in to you quickly. And you do have the news over here, right? Because this, you know, Knights bring in offerings, but since this has to do with swords and it's communication, there's communication coming in quickly. Okay, and this can help this recovery. In the deep past, which again is why I feel that even though this shows up in the future, I feel that this is like a lingering sort of disappointment. This isn't like a new thing happening to you, if that makes sense. But so you have the Ten of Wands, which you can see in this deck, you know, sometimes it's shown as like a person trying to make it up a hill, carrying all of the wands, looking very, you know, very, very tired and just weary, trying to make it to wherever they're going. Here, she's sort of the opposite. She's already done the hard part, right? And it hasn't been easy, but she's made it down. And look, she's moving on. She's carrying the wand. She's moving on. She has everything packed up here. So there could have been an ending to a particularly like hard cycle, right? It can be when, like in sort of the work setting, when you've been taking on too much, just feeling overwhelmed, doing your share plus everybody else's share. And it's like, that's fine when, you know, they ask you to do it once or a couple of times, but when it just keeps going on and, you know, it just accumulates over time, it just becomes too much. And so there comes a point where you're like, okay, I can't do this anymore. But it's a cycle that's ending. And it's interesting because crowning you have the Nine of Wands, which is like you're nearly at the end of a cycle. It's a defensive energy. You're sort of thinking, okay, so what else are they going to throw at me? What else do I have to do, to get me before I can get to this 10 of Wands? But it's like you have it here, right? You have the 9 of Wands, you have the 10 of Wands. So there's a cycle that even though you might have to finish, one more thing or just one more obstacle that might come up that you'll have to deal with, you're going to do it, right? And then you're going to end the cycle and there are new things coming in. Recent past, your finances look good here. The Nine of Pentacles, it's that independent energy of, bachelorette, bachelor, having a job, paying for your own things, having enough, to sort of, you've built the life that you have always wanted to have. So it's a very positive energy, right? Financially stable. Again, it's like it's a 9 nearly up to the 10. So you're nearly, reaching whatever goal you have set for yourself in the area of earth energy, which is, the job that you do, the money you earn, your home, your family. Now I'll get to this Three of Swords, which I'll show it to you. I mean, it's not the prettiest of cards. And, she looks like she's in agony here, right? She does. She's screaming. But the Three of Swords, more than anything, it's a card of disappointment. It can have to do with, a three-party situation, like in a more romantic sense. And, we kind of have both going on here. We have the mention of the Two of Cups, right? But we also have the Page of Wands with this more like job focus, business focus. However it plays out for you, this is some type of disappointment. And it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy to deal with a disappointment, not easy to deal with, betrayal or, like a third-party situation, if that's the case. But the cards that came out on to clarify the Three of Swords, we have the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, right? We have, this would be, again, more to do with finances or home or family. And then we have the Star card, which is another card of healing, right? And we have that here. The Star card can be, just healing, retreating as well. And it's also wish fulfillment, you have, so there's, there might have been this disappointment in the past, possibly to do with a relationship or a job, how you earn money, but there's wish fulfillment coming in for you, right? And there's new beginnings, but we need to heal, right? And we have them next to each other, the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords. So there's this healing that is definitely necessary to, to move you out of this Three of Swords energy. You appear as the Four of Cups, which this is the second four. And, can see how bored she looks there, right? She has the 3 cups here that they're empty. Again, sort of representing this, maybe a three-party situation, or just that things, they've run their course, they haven't worked out in the past. But there's this new cup coming in here. We have the Ace of Cups as a clarifier, right? This new offering, new relationship, new love coming in. And somebody's extending their hand to her, right? Giving her this new offer of love. And she just looks bored. She's not even paying attention to it. So, it is a card of apathy, of just feeling bored, but you could be missing out on something, right? On something that could bring you happiness or joy. This could be a relationship. It could be, something to do with your career. But there's something that you need to be careful that you don't miss out on. We have another card of healing with the Star card. We have healing here. We have the Star card that came out here. I just saw that. And the repeater of the Star card, right? As what you have in your environment. So there could be, the Star card is linked with the sign of Aquarius, okay? So there could be an Aquarius person who is either in your surroundings, you know, at home, or is helping you with the healing that you're going through, right? They're playing an important part in this healing. And the Star card, in addition to healing, obviously it's, you know, it has to do with wish fulfillment. And you can see that she's not just making, you know, sort of making a wish and putting it out into the universe. She's actually trying to drag it down. You see that she's like lassoed the star. So she's trying to manifest whatever that wish was. So there's a, you know, there's sort of rehabilitation, like healing going on here, healing after quite traumatic events. But there's also like this new hope. There's wishes being granted, but there's a new hope coming in. And we have it, you know, again with the star, you know, showing up here on this Three of Swords. Hopes and fears. You have the Hierophant. This is number 5 of the Major Arcana. You could be dealing with Taurus, right, with the Hierophant showing up. But he is, you know, he's a religious figure. He's sort of the head of a large religious institution. So you could be dealing with either this individual, you could be hoping for maybe an opportunity within a large organization. We sometimes think of those as being, you know, like the government or like the legal system, court system, can be university, school system. So you could be hoping for like a position in one of these places. You could be hoping for like a place if it's a university. So getting a place in the university, getting into that particular university. If it's more on the religious front, could be going to this, you know, religious figure, maybe getting married. So there's that side to it as well. And it's also, you know, he's religious, so also to do with spirituality. So that could also be a focus. And it does sit in the hopes and fears, saying this more as your hopes. This is what you would like. And you leave with the month with the Two of Cups, which is the soulmate card, right? This is coming together with your soulmate. It's the 2 cups becoming, you know, one, joining together. But notice that both cups are full, right? So it's this balanced, this equal partnership coming together, each of you bringing, you know, your own full cup to the table. But in order for that to happen, you need the healing. We need the healing to go on here to get you out of this energy, to, you know, to be ready to walk into this Two of Cups energy. Because, you know, a lot of times twos can also be, they're about decisions. They can also have to do with like balance, you know. And if we think about one person having like a full cup, the other one having like half full, they're never going to be equal in that relationship, right? Both of them need to have done all of the work ahead of time to come to the relationship full, right? To have, to be able to share of their full cup with the other person. So there's a need for emotional balance with the Two of Cups as well. Let's go ahead and get an additional card here for you from the Oracle deck. So what else does Sagittarius need to know? Another message, another guidance for Sagittarius. Okay. That one just flipped over. We'll take it. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. And on here, it looks like, you know, this is sort of somewhere in the Far East. I don't know if that has a connection for anybody, but faraway places. Let me get my guidebook, see what it says. It says, stop playing it safe. Get ready for new horizons and change in your life. A journey is coming. It might be to foreign lands or faraway places, or maybe an inner shift that changes your destiny. It's all beneficial. Sometimes we can feel wobbled when we are not in our normal surroundings. However, you are safe and protected. Good fortune ensues. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. Part of the glory of travel is stepping out of old habits, routines, and the repetitiveness of everyday life. It can feel daunting, yet in no small way your life is a spiritual voyage. Change is coming. Things are not as they seem. There are no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure is part of the course. You are on a pilgrimage of the soul. Keep your metaphorical bag packed. Some unexpected experiences are ahead. Be ready for anything. The joy of travel is that you can begin to experience the everyday as if you were seeing it for the first time. Nothing should be taken for granted. Interesting. And we have on this card, the woman, she's on a journey. She's setting off on a journey here, right? And it does sit in the deep past. So there could be this, you might have already made this decision to move, to move away, to move on. But definitely, what's standing out besides the need to get out of this Three of Swords energy, there's healing, okay? Healing is definitely sort of front and center and needed. New things coming in for you. And with the Two of Cups, I mean, it can be romantic, obviously, but it doesn't have to be, right? It can also be within, say, a partnership, like a work partnership, business venture. It's just a soulmate connection. And soulmates, they don't have to be romantic in nature. We have many soulmates throughout our lives. They can appear as friends. They can appear as, colleagues at work. It's just kindred spirits. But for some of you, this could be, right? This could be marriage. This could be that soulmate connection. But it's beautiful. But there's definitely a need to heal because, on the sort of shadow side of this card, it's about being open, or the need to be open to receive love and healing any type of past trauma. So I think that the Three of Swords is coming up here because there's a need for you to move out of that energy in order to get yourself, ready for this Two of Cups is coming in for you. Okay, I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month. Bye for now.